All right. And we are live, man. I
Yeah,
am
it's
double check.
2:10 in the afternoon for us.
Yeah, which is
it's
nice.
it's really nice. It's really nice. We are all like energetic and you know
Yeah, kind of
sleep well.
alive.
Yeah, sleep
Let
well at least.
me see. I'm tweaking things here to see if it changes in the broadcast. Do me a favor. Why don't you try mirroring your camera? Let me
Yeah,
see if that works. Or if it is mirrored, unmirror it, you know?
mirror here that works.
Let's give it a second. It takes a second to update on the stream. No, dude, it's the weirdest thing. Like it sometimes works on StreamYard, sometimes it doesn't. There's
That's
nothing we can
weird.
do about it. Yeah.
Do I just leave it like this, or I'll mirror it? Maybe
Just
mirror.
it makes no difference, really.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Let me see. Yeah, like I can't even change your thing on my end, so it doesn't matter.
that's weird.
So the race just ended, and yeah, I mean,
I mean, it's predictable the outcome of the race,
right? Like,
even though even though there's a few overtake that is pretty nice, and even though there's struggle for Max dropping back in P9 after qualifying. Well, he didn't even finish qualifying because qualifying Q3 qualifying was reflected within
yeah,
last 5 minutes or so. So he didn't even finish that, and he was in P9. And even though he was in P9, but he can still manage to, because the superior performance of Red Bull, the straight line speed of Red Bull, he can still manage to get to P1.
dude, it's just, and it's so ridiculous. Like, there's literally no position that you can put him and that car on the grid where you're not almost or essentially guaranteed that he is going to end up in first place.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, it's so crazy. The car is just too fast. I mean, it's good that the car is fast, but it's that fast, like what, 20 seconds behind or in front of the Aston Martin, both of the car.
Yeah, man.
The
It's it's yeah, like I'm looking at the statistics, right? Like Perez himself was, 5 plus seconds behind Verstappen.
yeah,
Alonso was 20 seconds behind.
behind, yeah, behind the Red Bulls, both of the
Right.
car, yeah,
And then, Russell was an additional
7,
seven seconds
yeah,
behind that,
yeah,
and then even Signs in the Ferraris was almost an additional 10 seconds
yeah,
behind.
yeah.
And then Hamilton was an additional 9 seconds behind that. So it's like I don't know, man. I'm a little bored because there's like very little competitiveness
Yeah.
going on.
The car
You
is
know,
just too overpowered, in my opinion.
it
It feels like
is. It
it feels like, well, the commentary was saying, they say that Max is feeling like he's playing Formula One games on PlayStation
that's what it's
on,
like. That's
on the easy mode.
that's literally what it's like. I was going to use that analogy, right? It's like he's sitting here, he's got the cheat code for
Yeah,
the game, and he's not only has the cheat code, but it's also an easy mode, you know? And there's nobody, not a single person who's even remotely close to him.
yeah,
And like I mean, again, props to the Red Bull team, but dude, like my God, it's not exciting to watch because here's the thing. even at the peak of the Mercedes kind of
Oh, yeah.
dominance, right? You were never seeing Mercedes like over 20 seconds ahead
If you
of
if
their
you
next competitor.
if you add every seconds up, 20 seconds plus 7 seconds plus 9 seconds, that's
Yeah.
easily 30 seconds ahead of the
Hmm.
pack of
Yeah, man.
Mercedes. Oh
Yeah.
my god, 30 seconds in a race? You're
It's
kidding
so
me.
far. It's so far,
37
you know.
seconds, 40 seconds ahead.
Yeah, yeah, it's absolutely crazy, and I don't know, man. Like I understand, when people feel kind of like bored, like
Hamilton
watching
era.
these races. I feel bored
Yeah,
watching these races because there isn't like suitable wheel to wheel. It's all about like the pit strategy,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So,
It's like
what up, Crispy? How
for
you
me,
doing,
my
man?
my highlight of the race is it's the midfield because
Right,
the
right.
top the front runner is just boring, just
It
high speed
is.
tune up party mode and just speed up and just get away. But
Yeah,
midfield like
yeah.
K-Mac, the Haas is fighting with the Ferrari. That is highlight.
Right,
And
right.
Nico Hulkenberg is also fighting with them. That is also highlight.
Dude, even to see the Alpines
Yeah,
of, Gasly and Ocon so
yeah,
far ahead,
yeah.
Yuki Tsunoda, like being ahead
And
is
also
just
And also the other highlight is for me again is Hamilton fighting
oh,
with
hold on. Patina said that he started late. He's only at lap 26.
too
Uh,
late.
but
You better just leave the streaming.
yeah,
Oh,
Patina, get some coffee. That's
yeah,
all I'll say.
yeah. Just mute it. Just mute us or leave the streaming, finish the race, and come back. No, no, no. Like for me, yeah, that was the highlight. Just watching them fighting. Not my highlight is not Red Bull. It's always not Red Bull, but especially this type of race.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, the thing that I was really hoping was to see Perez.
Yeah,
I really wanted to see Perez uh take the win and really be in contention for the
for the
championship,
championship. Yeah,
you
but
know?
again, if you see, I mean, I'm gonna ruin you, Patina.
Yeah, spoiler alert, Patina. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
So even when you see Max pitted for the medium within, I think it's 40 something laps, they predicted that the gap in between Max and Perez is gonna be 1 second behind
Yeah.
Perez, and he can use that fresh medium tire go on the attack on the all hard tire on Perez. There's nothing you can do with that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, they had the Red Bull had the right tire strategy,
But I
Or
gotta
let me
say,
let me rephrase. Verstappen had the right
yeah,
tire
exactly. I
strategy,
was like,
you
if
know.
like the whole Red Bull team feels like they don't care about Perez, even though he's in the front in the beginning. They don't care. They
Yeah.
just want Max to win.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 100%. Like he is the redheaded stepchild,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, so, yeah. It's
Well, basically he started I think they the reason why Max started with the hards was because they looked at like the environment, they looked at the weather, and they looked at the tire deg on the Red Bull, and they said that they could basically run the entire race if they
but
wanted to on the
but
hards.
it's mandatory that you need to at least get one pit stop in the
Right,
race.
right.
That's why
It,
he's in for the medium.
yeah,
Otherwise, I feel like otherwise Hamilton will go on the hard for the entire race as well. Because
yeah,
he was also on, I think, because Max and Hamilton was back on the grid from P13 and P9, so they have similar strategy basically.
Yeah, they wanted to run the hard so they could run the endurance. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
if you look at the stats, right? Actually, I can show this. You can see that. Let's see if this will actually come up. Oh, those crafty guys at F1. Let me see. I'll take a screenshot of this and then I'll be able to show it.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but you'll be able to see how long that Verstappen and everybody else were like on their respective tire strategy. Let me see if my oh, they're so good, man. Um, let me see. One more
Can show
try.
it, huh?
No, they have figured out how to prevent you from taking like screenshots. Um, that's very clever. That is actually very clever.
Come on,
Of
guys, just let us do the content. We're helping you guys, Formula
no,
One.
yeah, I can't do it. But yeah, basically there was only like a few people who ended up running the hards in the beginning. So that was Verstappen, that was
Yeah,
Hamilton, that was Ocon,
and Hockenberg, I guess. I think he started with
uh,
hard too.
Stroll did, Hulkenberg did, Zoe did, and that's it. What's
Yeah,
really interesting was out of all of them, Verstappen was able to run it into like the 40 some laps.
yeah,
Everybody else actually changed them right around the 30 to 40
yeah.
range. So like I think they did the analysis. I tried that actually. I tried that patina. F1 TV is actually very clever. They have figured out how to prevent the what should we call it, the capture of their stuff. It's very smart. But anyways, yeah, you can very clearly see that they're getting almost an additional 10 laps
Mhm.
out of the
On the hard.
equivalent tire, you know, versus the rest of the field, which is really interesting. It shows, I mean, statistically, their tire deg is just on a different level, you
Again,
know.
that's because the design of that car is different. And
Yeah, yeah,
it's superior.
it's so. I mean, think about that. If you can wait an extra 10 laps before changing tires, plus you have less drag and in DRS mode and more like power
Yeah,
than everybody else, that's how they end up. I mean, literally, Verstappen 5+ seconds ahead of Perez, and then even Alonso was like 20 some
yeah,
seconds behind Perez.
yeah. Crazy. It's so
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. Exactly. Aero has a lot to do with tire
Yeah,
drag, and especially if you can be in clean air and you have nobody who's even remotely close to you, you don't have to drive as aggressively, you know.
just basically it's a cruise control.
But having said that, Verstappen did have to fight his way up from the midfield.
But again,
So
because he has more power, a lot of his overtake is on the straight.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
without
So,
even have to open DRS.
but it's still fascinating because
Yeah,
like for him to come up from the midfield and still not need to do a tire change is really amazing. You know,
it
like
just
he,
shows it just shows that aero package on that car
yeah,
so good. It's just so perfect.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. You know.
yeah,
So, yeah, really, it shows how the Red Bull is just like in a completely different league than everybody else, and everybody else is just playing catch up to
yeah,
them,
yeah.
essentially.
Even
Like,
even Ferrari is playing catch up to them. and
Yeah,
they are disaster this weekend.
dude, so bad. I mean, like from qualifying, Leclerc just
He
putting it
crashed.
into the wall,
He
like
crashed the car,
hard,
and
hard.
that was what triggers red flag for, and
Yeah,
ultimately the Q3 doesn't resume.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's how Verstappen was on P9 and Hamilton was on Hamilton was on P13 because of Q2. He didn't even get out of Q2.
yeah, yeah. No, and then that's really for me the continuing story of this season is really like how hard Mercedes screwed the prospects of Hamilton and Russell even. I mean, Russell again had a better qualifying than Hamilton, but even in race pace, Hamilton was not even
He's
remotely able to catch up to his own teammate, you
he
know.
has no pace today, like whatsoever. His car is so slow. It's like a brick wall.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like during like in the news or in the rumor, well not rumor, but but the news says they interviewed Toto, and then Toto actually admit like they own Hamilton a fast car for him to win
They
the championship.
do.
Yeah, they own him.
Like
They need to create a fast car for Hamilton to get his 8th championship.
they owe him so much,
Yeah,
and they literally screwed him over now for two seasons, 2
seasons.
years,
Yeah, 2 years.
if you think about it,
Yeah,
you know?
including
And
this
there's
year, it's 2 years.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. No, because there's no way he's even remotely in contention for the championship this year, right? Like right from the off. And like I don't know. Like I'm so insulted on his behalf, to be quite honest. Like, I don't usually feel so strongly for the racer, right? Like, I see it a lot as like the racer is the headline maker, but I also see it as like a largely team effort,
yeah.
right?
It's a team
And
sport.
his team screwed him. Right?
Yeah,
Like, there's no other way of
there's no
putting
other
it.
way. Yeah,
Like Mercedes royally screwed him, you know? So, dude, and here's the thing, like I it's hilarious. Patina's asking, how do you feel about the media almost getting ran over on pit lane?
or
It was a mess.
the last race in Baku.
No, no, no. In Miami, like
I
Miami, Miami's a mess of a race in general. Like, let's be honest.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't feel that it's very organized or they have their stuff together. If
Like
I'm
I feel like the FIA is not organized.
true,
Just look at Baku last race in
yeah,
Baku last lap.
hmm
The media was on the like the pit lane
yeah,
while Ocon, is it Ocon, he haven't yet to pit. He has to come into pit, but the media, there's people on the pit lane, and then the race control was just upstairs on the second
yeah.
floor, looking down on the pit lane. It's like, how does that even happen? Like how unorganized that was?
I don't know, man. Like, it's
Like we say a lot, we say it so many times.
yeah,
The rules, the regulations, the FIA just has so many gray areas that they need to trying to fix.
yeah. Basically, like the thing is, like, there's just been a lot of unprecedented
Yeah,
screw ups as of late, you know,
yeah.
and I'm just I don't know. Like I'm so like as a fan, I'm so frustrated. I'm so kind of like put off. Like if I'm
Yeah.
honest, like this last season between or the last two seasons between the FIA, between the judges, between the performance of the teams, it's really been kind of like a shit show in a
Like
lot of ways.
like when they start the new generation of Formula One car on 2022, they
Yeah.
promise wheel-to-wheel close battle racing all around
Nope.
the ground. No, like
Nope.
that's a perfect situation, perfect imagination for the FIA, but it's not perfect for the team. So the team will use whatever they can to squeeze that performance out of every single rules that they can find as a gray area. And that's what
Yeah.
happened to Red Bull. 30 seconds ahead of everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's ridiculous.
And
It's absolutely
the
ridiculous.
team doesn't want wheel-to-wheel racing. To be honest, they don't want wheel-to-wheel racing. They just want the car to lead in few miles ahead. You know, nobody like only the fan and the FIA wants wheel-to-wheel racing.
Yeah. 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 Well, and even yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'm really like you said, the midfield is really the most exciting part
Yeah,
of racing, you know, and that's kind of unfortunate because like it was supposed to be a more competitive season,
yeah.
you know, last season, this season, and we're just not seeing it.
We
And
haven't
like,
seen a memorable race like for me at least, haven't seen a memorable race for 2 seasons. Like
yeah,
iconic
yeah.
one race that reminds me, oh, this is Formula One. No, this just like a lot of the race is just cruising on the highway.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Yeah,
and I think that's unfortunate. You know, like I mean, here's the thing, right? Like if you're a Verstappen and Red Bull fan, like okay, tune in every single weekend to see your guy win. Like great. But at the same time, isn't it like better to see your guy win when there's a battle involved? You know, and he comes out on top. Like how can I explain? Okay, here's a good example. When I used to watch basketball, I watched basketball in like the 90s, you
Michael
know?
Jordan.
So that was the time of, you know, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Larry Bird, Isaiah
Johnson.
Thomas, you know, Dennis Rodman, like you know, we're talking about even like the pre Shaquille O'Neal days, you know, pre Kobe Bryant days. And the game was all about offense and it was all about
Hard
just,
defense.
yeah. And everybody had just skill, you know, like at a high level. And then somewhere after like the kind of Shaq and Kobe era, you know, the game turned to okay, how many fouls can we get? And just it slowed down the pace of the entire game. And it was less about having a really strong offense and like guys who could dunk and, you know, this and that, right? Uh, and it became kind of boring in comparison to how it was in the 90s.
That's why that's
You
one
know?
of the biggest reasons why I stopped watching NBA. I
Yeah.
started NBA with I'm a big Kobe fan.
Yeah.
But my memorable Kobe game was 2010 2009 2010 era where they fight the Celtics, and those are hard basketball, like hard basketball.
Exactly.
Like you
know?
would not see like modern day basketball just shooting threes and just every big center shoot threes and
yeah.
Those days are hard fouls, get on the ground fouls, hard
Yeah.
battle basketball, and those are what we like. And Sheriff was talking about this, compare this to Formula One.
Yeah.
Where this type of stuff was happening right now. But when we say hard battle, it was Ayrton Senna era. It was
right.
Michael Schumacher era. It was Fernando Alonso era. It was
yeah.
you know those those old day. And like I said it last week, I remember the DRS is making the race so boring.
Yeah, I wonder if getting rid of DRS would really solve a lot of this stuff.
But DRS
You know?
is getting so strong that
Yeah,
you can just flip it. It's basically like a magic button. Like you can
it
just
is.
turn up
Yeah.
and then just speed up.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's I miss that kind of sport, right? Where it's like really hard fought battles, one on one, team versus team, you know what I mean? Like the historic rivalries. And who is, Verstappen's rival right now? You
Nobody.
know? Exactly.
Not even Perez.
Yeah, to his credit, he's doing amazingly, right? He deserves all the accolades that he's getting right now. I will give respect where respect is due. He's got the right team, he's got the right car, he's got the driver's skill that he's running away with things, but there needs to be a counterbalance. And there is none of that. There's no dragon for him to slay. There's no, anybody who's even remotely kind of like challenging him. And for me, it makes it a little boring, honestly.
For me,
know,
still I'm not the biggest Red Bull fan. Like between you and me, we know. Red
yeah.
It's just salty. I mean, they are doing very good in terms of performance, but outside of that,
yeah,
salty.
yeah. So I don't know, man. Like it's I hate to kind of like have this perspective like week after week, but ultimately nothing is changing, right? And especially with Mercedes, I keep on looking at Mercedes and saying like what the hell are you guys doing? For all of your media blitz about making improvements, it's
I mean, they do say the improvement.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Drama sells tickets and beer. Yes, it does. We need it. I'm dozing off like mid-race watching this stuff because it's like, okay, oh, tire strategy, okay, cool. Oh, pit strategy allowed you to get ahead of your teammate, okay. You know what I mean? Like I don't miss anything,
And for Mercedes, just going back to that topic,
yeah,
they do say most of the upgrades gonna come next race, Imola. They do say like long time ago that they will the upgrade is gonna come in Imola. So for this 3 race, there's not gonna be upgrade. So it's not their fault. It's not that they are lying to us. It's just the media is hyping everything up, and and the marketing of Mercedes is hyping everything up. But it's not their fault.
At the same time, every other team is also going to be doing upgrades. So like there's no expectation for me that Mercedes is going to like dramatically improve. I mean, dude, when was the last time you ever saw Hamilton not be in Q3? Like really, like honestly,
same kind of Imola, he was not in Q3, or
like
Azerbaijan, or not Azerbaijan, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. He was knocked out of Q1. Goddamn,
dude. Like it's just, I mean,
it's crazy.
The performance of the car is so poor.
The car is, you can't fix the car without fixing the whole car.
Yeah, exactly.
And basically, they are not fixing the whole car. They are adding stuff onto the car to make it better.
Band-aids.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And
one bright side is James Ellison is back. Mike Elliott is gone for that matter.
Thank God.
I don't
Dude.
know how they're gonna fix that car within I don't know how they're gonna fix and create a new car within the next few years, man.
Yeah, no, dude. Like, honestly, you know how happy I was to read that Mike Elliott is gone. You know, especially after the debut presentation with his like pompous ass getting up there saying, "Oh, we brought back the black car because we're gonna be like that dominant on the track," and that car has been, dog poop slow.
Remember when we had a live. Exactly. They need to fix the whole car without
Yeah.
changing the car.
Yeah, literally change the whole car. Like,
Yeah.
take that car, throw it in the trash bin, and then bring a whole new vehicle.
Yeah. Remember when we did the live reaction for Mercedes build. What we say was, oh, they bring the black car back, and then the aero package looks finished.
Yeah, versus the
Versus last year.
2022 car.
But I guess it's not finished at all. There's still a lot of work to do, and even both of the drivers are saying the car is undrivable.
Yeah,
I mean,
which is bad.
Prop to Russell, he has pace, but again, his pace is not up there.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Austin
this
Martin.
race. Yeah, this race really showed it and like solidified it to me. I'm like, okay, like Russell is the more adaptable of the two, to the new car setup. But man, oh man, like if he can't even match, like you said, freaking Aston Martin, and Aston Martin is using Mercedes parts. Like, for God's sakes.
And Red Bull's body.
Right? Like, my God.
Even
my
that,
God.
if you think about combine those two, combine it, become Aston Martin, even that the pure performance part of it is not comparable to Red Bull. So,
yeah.
Mercedes power unit, it's not strong in general.
Yeah, man.
And every team that is using Mercedes power units is not strong. General.
Yeah. No, agreed. The thing is, though, like, I really wonder, for example, if Alonso started on hards today, how much further he may have made it in the race, right? Like, could he have really pushed it against Perez? Because his pit strategy took him later and deeper into the race.
Yeah.
On the mediums than Perez. So, like, I wonder, if his tire dag was not bad, maybe if he started with the mediums,
maybe
started with the hard, maybe he would have ended up second.
Maybe he can fight Perez, but not Verstappen. Verstappen just in another league.
Yeah. No, there's no question that he can't go for first. But he very, very possibly could have gone for second, because
split the Red Bull off.
Yeah. I don't know though, because like again, looking at the numbers, he was 21 seconds behind Perez. So I still question whether that's possible, but he was posting really good times, So,
I mean, if you look at Mercedes, if you look at Hamilton per se, there's one point in time like he got up to 5 or 4, no 5, 5 or 6. So if there's no mandatory tire change in the rules,
yeah,
Hamilton might be able to fight for podium as well. Against Alonso.
I don't know, man. I don't know that their tire dag is good enough, to be honest. Like, it's
if you look at few races back, the car sometimes the car has pace, sometimes it has not. and
I
all
think you need
depends.
to have a bigger open track. Like it's
Yeah.
clearly not well suited to a
It's
street
not for
course.
street, but if you're
No.
like regular track like Imola or not Imola, Sao Paulo or like
Even
Silverstone,
Australia is
Australia,
better.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Better suited
Melbourne,
to the car.
yeah, like actual racetrack.
Yeah.
And next
I don't know.
next race is in Imola, so I'm not gonna be optimistic for Mercedes, but they do say they're gonna bring update. But again, another
Yeah.
team is gonna bring update too, so we'll see. We'll see how
Exactly.
things change. I'm not suspecting anything change, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, if you think about it, like Monaco is going to be a wash. There's
Monaco is just out of our expectation. It's gonna be
yeah.
Red Bull 1-2 and Alonso, maybe, probably.
Well, it's whoever can get
Quality
P1.
coming.
Yeah, and quality. Yeah.
Max and Perez.
Yeah. Exactly. And assuming nobody has any like catastrophic crashes. But yeah, the most well-rounded car would excel, and Mercedes was way off the mark. Yeah, they have been. That new zero pod concept, their whole approach to the package, has been completely off. There's no question about it.
Hamilton was
And
completely not zero pod. He drives so many cars, just not zero pod. Zero pod makes the car even slower, even though there's no pod. But
yeah,
anything else, everything else on the car.
And I'm glad they finally acknowledged that they need to go in a different direction. I mean, it's about time.
It's not a shame to copy or to take somebody else's concept and modify. It's not a shame. It's called evolution. A revolution.
Yeah, I mean, really, like.
I mean, if you look at Aston Martin, it's clearly copying from Red Bull.
Yeah.
And nobody is saying anything.
Well, I mean, they people commented, but at the end of the day, like, the performance is showing.
Yeah. And look at Aston Martin again. Few years ago.
Patina, they said exactly that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, they say that last year too.
Yeah.
Essentially, they said that 2021 when they
No, but they have said they have accelerated the development of their car. They're going to try and bring the 2024 car forward into this season.
We might be able to see. They do say, like, I mean, the rumor says we might be able to see 2024 car earlier this season.
Yeah. So they are, and they're going to approach it with like fresh concept, fresh sheet of paper.
For that part of Mercedes, I wouldn't be surprised because Mercedes has a record that bringing updates and like performance of the car throughout the season.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying the performance is good, but they do have performance gain throughout the season.
Yeah.
The record, it's what they known for. So we'll see.
Exactly. We'll see. But on that note, Joe, I think we're good. We covered most of what we wanted to cover. Again,
most of the boring stuff.
Yeah. And ultimately, I mean, it wasn't like a horribly boring race, but
I mean, I watched the whole race.
Yeah.
A part of me just fade away.
Yeah, I mean, really, the excitement was, again, watching the midfield, seeing the performance of the Alpines, seeing the performance of Haas,
Especially Haas.
Haas
was the highlight for me today. Especially
they really did well in the beginning,
Haas K-Mac was the highlight for me today. Again.
Yeah. No, don't apologize, Patina. Definitely don't. Never apologize, man. But yeah, I think we've covered everything we needed to cover, and we hope you'll join us for Imola, man, which is coming
Maybe.
up. Yeah, the 17th
Yeah.
of whatchamacallit, of this month.
Was
So
it
actually,
what
not
time
the
was
17th, sorry, the 19th to the 21st.
so that was
So
next week.
next, no, not next week, the week
Wait,
after next.
So 2 weeks.
Yeah, so in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
What time for us?
it says 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., I believe, if
Was it,
that's in our time zone.
Let me check. Actually, let me just check. Because I have it set up on my time.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going off of F1 TV,
Yeah,
then
6 o'clock
yes.
in the morning. 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. I love you, Crispy, man. You're hilarious, bro.
Yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday.
Yeah.
7 to 8 o'clock qualifying on Saturday in the morning.
Yeah, so we may be up early enough for that one, man. Or we
Race?
may start it at like
I mean,
8.
for me, it's as long as it's not 4 o'clock, I'm good. Or 5 o'clock, I'm good. 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
I can still manage it. I can just go back to sleep afterwards.
There you go. Exactly.
But 4 o'clock,
Exactly.
no. If I wake up at 4 o'clock, my day is ruined.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit.
It's like if I wake up at 4 o'clock and watch the race and record, I can't go back to sleep because it's just
Oh yeah.
very tired. And when you're very, very tired, you can't fall asleep, and the whole day is ruined.
Oh man, no, I can go back to sleep this very second
No,
if I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it on stream. Watch. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We love you all, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for another live broadcast.
Or even maybe a news coverage.
Oh no, we'll definitely do some news coverage in between, for sure. All right, you guys. Peace.
Oh,